Welcome to the Agents of the Unexplained. Grab your gear and let's journey into the mysterious world of cryptids and the paranormal. Get ready for an adventure into the unknown. Listen carefully as you are guided through the unexplained and cryptid phenomena that challenge our understanding of reality. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
All right. And yes, he got us show the Mountain Dew. We got it. I don't know what the hell the problem was, Sparky. I apologize.
Well, it's not you. It's this. Me and you are better in the woods than we are with this computer stuff.
You're right. You're 110% right. Yeah. The thing is, I was getting frustrated because not with you, but with it. And
well, I was getting frustrated because I thought I was doing something wrong and I didn't understand what it was.
Yes, and I believe it was sort of on my end, sort of on your end. I think the storm knocked some shit loose somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. We live in that Amazon forest.
Yeah. We need an ark.
Hey, I know a guy.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I might have to get a hold of Dave Groves and borrow his kayak or something. Oh, geez. But anyhow, brother, thank you for doing this.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
We definitely had some great times out in the woods.
We need to get some more because it seems like every time I ask you to go and you're busy, I end up finding something.
I know, and it's starting to tick me off. Let's talk about that.
All right. So what was it? Last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, yeah. I called you up and asked you to go, and you had plans with the family. So I was like, all right. So I went out. I can understand that. Family is definitely more important. And
well, maybe.
And my plans were, I wasn't really going out squatching, looking for Bigfoot or anything. I was trying out some new gear that I wanted to try out some new gear, and I was going to make a little video that I post on YouTube and TikTok talking about, some of my past experiences in the world of the paranormal, whether it's cryptids or UFOs or ghosts. And yeah, here I am. I got my backpack on, which has all my Bigfoot gear in it. And I'm carrying a folding chair, a lawn chair that we take camping or whatever, bushwhacking, carrying this chair, which was real pleasant.
Yeah.
And you know what the weather's been like around here. We've had some, sunshine, but mostly rain. And I was walking down through, and you know where it's at, the area, that pine tree grove that we got there.
Yeah.
And you know how they had that one, looks like a tractor path they made in the middle of it?
Yes.
So I was walking down there, and I could see the ground was all muddy, and it was all tore up. So I just, what the heck, I'm walking. I might as well just slow down and just look at the ground, and I'm seeing a bunch of deer prints and seeing, a bunch of, I think they were coyote prints, but it's hard to tell because they're kind of stepped over. And then I go to step, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. And there was that print that I sent you. It was about 14 inches, and it was,
that print you sent me?
Yeah.
I was cussing you out.
Well, I had to send it to you a couple times just so I could rub it in a little.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know.
But so after I put the little ruler down there and I measured it and took about 3 or 4 pictures, I looked around, really didn't see anything else out there. So it's like, okay, this is a bonus. And just as I was putting everything in my backpack to pick it up and keep going over to that, what I call the Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
Super ass loud tree knock from about, I'd say 50 to 100 feet in front of me. And I couldn't see shit. I mean, I stopped, I'm looking slow, and I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything like a branch fell or a tree fell or something moving that hit the tree. I'm not seeing anything. So I stayed there for a couple minutes just waiting to try and see, movement or of some sort. Never seen anything. So I walked through and I got into Hidden Valley and I set up all the new gear and I did my little speak about an experience I had in Moundsville Penitentiary. And then I brought a book with me. So I just sat in the chair and I'm reading the book. And then I kept hearing this. It sort of sounded like the samurai chatter, but it sort of sounded different. And I was hearing it from two sides. I was hearing it off to my left and off to my right. And it was just going back and forth. And I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking that if I move or make too much motion or something, whatever's doing it's going to stop. So I just sat there and I folded the book up and set it in my lap. And I'm just sitting there. And I gradually turned my phone on to video just so I could try and like record.
Yeah.
And none of the noise I was hearing, that chattering noise came through on the video. It was too quiet. As I didn't have, by then I'd already put my little microphone away and I was just using the microphone on the camera.
Okay. No. Was it like when they were one side to the other, but was that another 50, 100 yards apart from each other?
Oh,
And you're in the middle?
I think I was in the middle, but I would say I was probably 100 feet, 100 yards on either side of them. They were 100 yards off to either side of me, roughly. So one was down there by the swamp and the other one was down there by the lake. And I was stuck right in the middle. And I'm just, like I said, I'm trying not to move too much. I don't want to freak out whatever's there. And I'm trying to figure out what it is and see what it is. But you know how thick that is out there. I couldn't see anything.
Yep. It gets pretty thick in there.
Yeah.
You know, and what is crazy about the knock you had was that time I was going down the Turkey Trail.
Yeah.
Past the wood line and all that brush was on the left. I get almost down to the next wood line on the left, where I usually go down about another 100 feet or so and turn in the wood line.
Right.
But I'm not quite to the wood line, but on that left side of me was the loudest tree knock I ever heard. And there's no trees right there.
Right.
They're down and up and
Right.
to the right. And it's like,
Yeah.
And I started apologizing to him because it's like I always speak to him when I go in by myself. I'm always speaking to him, letting them know it's me. I'm not. Well, I kind of ticked them off.
Yeah, you didn't tell them it was you, so they were upset.
Yep,
Yeah.
they were.
Now, another thing about that tree knock, I sat out there, like I told you when I talked to you on the phone, I stayed out there for 3 hours. You know, sitting there, you know, reading that book, just listen, like I said, I didn't have the camera running or anything for 3 hours, and there was not another tree knock that whole 3 hours. So if it was Mother Nature or wind blowing a branch or something, I would have heard something again, but there was nothing. And
It wasn't that windy that day.
Right. And just like we always experience out there, no critter noises whatsoever. No birds, no crickets, no tree frogs, no chipmunks or squirrels or anything.
And that's when they're not around, you get all the noises.
Right.
In that area, believe me, I know, you know, so do you. But we're our guests out listening.
Well, that area is a popular hunting area for small game, for deer, for turkey, you name it, a big fishing hole. I mean, yeah, but no, there was nothing. 3 hours I sat up there, not a peep.
Yeah, and that's, wow, that's interesting because it's where you went in and if you walk down along the beach, that's where you, me, and Jamie went that time.
Right. That we went down along the beach. This time I just stayed in the woods. I never went towards the beach.
Yeah. But when we stopped where we stopped at, I swear there was something behind a tree up there. And I did get a bad picture where you couldn't tell for sure. And then I don't know. And they're there. I know that. They are there.
That area where you got the bad picture is the area to the left where I was hearing things from.
Yes. And down along that beach is where we found that trackway.
Yeah, that's where you and Brenda found that
Yeah. Yep. And that, and she still got that one print, but she won't let me borrow it
at.
because it got that stone in the middle. But yeah, that was kind of, they were there. All I know is they are there. And their activity in that area really spruces up in March, April, and a little bit into May in there.
Yes.
They plus they come around October, it does too a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think like spring and fall in that area are like the hot times.
Yes, they're around there, but that you don't notice the activity because there's so much growth in there, so much more food spread out, in the whole 9 yards, and
Right.
that's the way I look at it that way. I can't be wrong. They might be there a lot, and we just don't notice.
Right, or they just might be walking through just at the time we go there. I mean, we don't know.
Exactly. But it's still a beautiful area. I don't care if it's winter or spring, summer or fall. It's still beautiful in there.
Oh, I found a new cryptid we need to research. Thunderbird-sized mosquitoes.
Oh,
Those mosquitoes down there were going to carry me away.
Really?
Oh, those mosquitoes they were the size of eagles.
They might have migrated up from Salt Fork. Oh, wow. Believe it or not, Spark, I did do a Thunderbird report.
Yeah?
I would have had two of them, but the one guy didn't show up when we were in Jefferson County. But
Okay.
when I was down in Patsy Hillman a couple years ago, this guy come up and says, "You need to talk to my wife about a big bird sighting." Okay. Yeah, it flew right over her car about a week ago.
Oh.
So he went and got her, brought her over to me, and she brought her girlfriend with her that was with her. And she started describing it. I went, "Thunderbird?" I said, "Exactly where did this happen?" And she told me. It's right down the road from Patsy Hillman.
Okay.
And it was a week before. And it actually flew up, and the wingspan went from the front end of her car up over the roof.
That's a hell of a bird.
Yes. And described it like a thunderbird. And I says, "This is going to sound ignorant, but I got to have to ask you this. Because your husband says you all are drinkers." I says, "Was you drinking? And was you buzzed at all when you saw this?" She went, "No, but when we got home, we started drinking."
We'd have probably did the same thing.
I'll guarantee it. But yeah, Thunderbird-sized mosquitoes. Oh my God, Salt Fork.
I'll tell you what, it was bad because I had some of that cutter on out there, and I came back in my right arm. I had a mosquito bite that big onto my forearm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bigger than a quarter round from one of the mosquitoes.
That thing was hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good thing I got a lot of. Hopefully, I could teach them how to suck out fat instead of blood, and I'll be all set.
Well, don't let them go too deep, and he'll just suck on the fat.
Well, that's what I want them to do: suck the fat out.
If that works, let us know. We can make a new diet plan.
Yeah, there we go. Make some money.
Yeah. To pay for our research equipment.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to get expensive in Bigfoot, like I did when I just got out of ghost hunting.
Oh, you know what? And this is what I tell everyone too. This is one of the most expensive hobbies I ever had.
I agree.
And it's not cheap. you know, and people say, well, do you charge when you go speak? No. Do you, I do it for free. I do sell merchandise to
Yeah, hopefully
offset
you get right
the
to pay your
offset.
gas bill.
Yeah. And if I got to get a motel room, health pays for that. And 9 times out of 10, it's not paying for everything.
Right.
So, like like I said, it's the most expensive one I ever had. Hey Val, how you doing? Uh,
Hello.
uh, but yeah, just travel expense is expensive for me.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And like I said, at least now though, you can take the tent and sleep outside, but you still pay for a campsite.
Yep.
And yeah, so. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That,
I want to get you out in the woods because I want you to try some of this new stuff that I've been doing out there.
yeah. I want to get out there. Um, Hopefully, the next couple of weeks we can.
That sounds good. Although I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to go out there when it's 90 degrees because I don't think something covered in fur is going to be running around too much when it's 90 degrees and humid.
No, we got to do early or late.
Yeah.
I was going to do some more flower planting today.
And you
It
got
got
rained
too
out,
warm.
didn't you?
Oh, the rain didn't bother me. That was late. I was going to do it earlier, and it's like, well, Beth had an appointment we had to go to, and by the time we got back from it, it was, yeah, it was hot and
Yeah.
muggy and hard to breathe.
Yeah. See, up in Franklin, though, we had that. It never got, I mean, it got hot and muggy, but we had that torrential monsoons on and off all day.
Yeah. Um, Up north got hammered,
Yeah.
flood wise and everything.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Uh, did you get a lot of rain down your way, Val? I know it was very humid. It was hard for me to breathe out there. Yeah, Dave, you're right. Especially here in Sharon was very humid. That's and I don't know if Hermitage was as humid as Sharon, though.
I walked outside and said, okay, that's enough. And I come back in and said, I ain't staying out in this crap.
I was thinking about going to the woods, so I was out there a little bit. I'm saying, no, this ain't happening. No, I think my wife would have killed me if I would have went out and tried to walk that stuff.
Yeah, especially with your history of breathing problems.
Yeah, until we get that all squared away, which hopefully soon. But the thing is, oh, by the way, that crazy road of mine,
Yeah.
it's 3/4 the way redone.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm going to have to probably won't get any more door dashes to go up that road now.
Probably not. Probably not. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Val. One of her workmates lost everything in the West Virginia flood.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Man, that South is getting hammered worse than we are. Yeah, I feel so bad for them down there. Yeah. I'm always praying for them. Seems like. Yeah. And it keeps working its way farther and farther north. You notice that?
Yep.
That's what
Right.
bothers me. Yeah.
All right, well, here, Bill, you see my dancing lights here by my right elbow?
Yes, I do. I was getting ready to ask about them.
These are some of my latest Bigfoot gear for something that you talk about. Now, these are what's called RGB light and sound bars.
Well,
So I have them connect up to cell phone battery chargers because the battery comes with them, lasts about 5 minutes. But what's good is the microphone has a range that goes down into the infrasound level.
oh,
So infrasound starts at 20 hertz and goes down to anything below that. These will go down to 12 hertz, which goes, into the start of the infrasound range. And so now when I'm out in the woods, I take these with me So if I start feeling like the infrasound is hitting me, the dizzy, the nauseous, and so forth,
Right.
I have these where I have visual representation and proof as to whether or not something else auditory is going on that I can't hear with my own ears.
That is awesome.
And like I said, these two, I bought them at Dollar General this spring. They were part of the Christmas clearance rack, and it was $10 for two. Hey, it doesn't have to be expensive. Not everyone's going to go out and spend $1,000 on buying a thermal imaging drone that I think, personally, in my opinion, is it scares Bigfoot and all the animals away because the thing sounds like a billion angry bees flying in the sky.
Yep.
So I'm trying to find, I don't have deep pockets. So I'm trying to find interesting ways to, like you, I don't know if Bigfoot is woo or if he's flesh and blood.
Yeah.
So I'm trying all angles.
I like what Brian Seach said about me. We're bringing Bill to the dark side. He's coming to the woo. Well, no matter what, I got to be open no matter what going on there. Yeah, and I feel everyone should be. You should. I do believe they're flesh and blood, but there is so much other stuff that adds up that they're not just flesh and blood.
Exactly.
And, so be open mind. The more I research, the more I'm like, I really don't know what the hell this is. Different reports, different stuff I've seen. It's like, really? What?
Yeah. Now, have you taken any reports of Bigfoot doing that predator cloaking thing?
Some people told me about it. It wasn't a report.
Well, that's what I got this little thing for. This I found at a bin store, where they get Amazon returns. It's called a spy detector. And what it does is it has two little buttons here on the back. And when you turn it on, you can set the sensitivity level, and it picks up infrared beams.
Cool.
So, I don't know if you can see through it, the reflection that's coming through or not.
Yeah.
You see how it's changing the color on everything back there?
Yep.
So if you had like a red laser pointer or green laser pointer or anything like that, you'll be able to see it through this viewfinder. And it has a little audible alarm that'll beep and let you know when you hit one. So this way, if they are using some sort of cloaking mechanism, you'd figure it has to have some sort of light spectrum somewhere. So this lets you hit a little bit further into the light spectrum without having to go out and, I got thermal imaging, I got night vision, but I haven't caught anything with those. So why not try something like this?
Definitely. And I tell, you heard me, Spark. Think outside the box. Use different technologies.
Yeah.
Or don't use any at all and just sit there and pay attention to your surroundings. And you got to do it all.
Right.
And, within your expense account.
Right. Well, my saying about, everyone says, the people I don't care if it's ghost hunting, UFO hunting, or Bigfoot hunting, the people on these TV shows, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a clue. And then you go out on an investigation with them, and they do exactly what you see on the TV shows and nothing else.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And, Shane Spencer, Mike Hartman, they do everything.
Right. Well, here you go. Here's another cheap bin item. Cost me $10. A different type of spy detector. So this one has a little antenna.
Yeah.
Hey, right there, the little antenna.
Yep.
This one, you turn it on, and it doesn't detect the infrared light, but it detects magnetic field fluctuation.
Yeah.
Sort of like, K2 meter or an EMF meter, but it also has another button where it detects radio frequencies. So if something's going through a portal or they're using a UFO or something, it's going to interfere with either the magnetic field or the radio frequencies. And then this will chirp and let you know that there's something going there. But you got to make sure your cell phone's turned off, because your cell phone's going to emit radio frequencies and magnetic field disturbances.
Exactly.
Again, it's something different. Trying, because we got all these reports of, Bigfoot, traveling through portals, or Bigfoot coming down in UFOs, or I don't know if it's happening or if it's not happening. I personally believe Bigfoot is flesh and blood, but all these people were saying they've had these other encounters, so why not check it all out?
Exactly. That's where you and me both get along great with that crap.
Right.
We try to cover it all. And let me answer a couple things.
Sure.
Here we go. Dave, I will have the hats back down at Full Circle Melted Magic Shop here the next couple days. If you want to stop down there to get another one of the hats. Dan, here, let me put this up for you to read too, Spark. I will send you my email address once we're off. Oh, the hell with it. It's rigbybill23@gmail.com.
I'd like to see those after you take a look at them, Bill.
Yeah. If you can't, email them to me. I'd love to see them. Mothman 46. Where in the hell have you been, buddy? He learned the art of Bigfootology from the Mountain Monster team. God. Oh. Jesus. Mothman 46. I love that guy. I haven't seen him on here forever, though. He's another crazy one like you, Spark.
Oh, we're not crazy. Him and I are the sane ones.
Yeah. But no, I like how he researches too. And he's very dead on his research and the way he does it. And I learned a lot from the Mountain Monster team. What not to do. And I love those guys. I do. I really do. Jeffro, he's great. I'll be with two of them a couple times this year at different events. And I got a lot of respect for those guys because they admit what they do is for TV.
Entertainment.
Yes. And but they're very down to earth, very, very nice Southern gentlemen. But anyhow, folks, we did start late. I didn't do my couple of my other things that I actually do. So we're going to take a 2-second break so I can get Sparky on a Dr. Pepper run.
I'm right here for Mountain Dew, buddy.
So here, let me do this real quick, if I can find them. All right. Right here. Bigfoot on the River is coming next year, June 6th, 2026. We're going to have speakers, band, food trucks, vendors, right downtown in the middle of Sharon, right in the new park they got, runs right beside the beautiful river. Please check it out. It is going to be awesome. If you want to be a vendor or you like to be on the backup list for speakers, or got a food truck, or you want to be some sort of entertainment, go to that website, www.snarlyyell.com, Bigfoot on the River. And you can, got the applications there, and we'll gladly take them. Dave is Dave Grant. That's his site, and he did it all for us. And he's one of the three of us that are doing this. We got Joe Fogel from Cryptopology and the Agents of the Unexplained and Snuggle Yell. The three of us are doing this. And they're bringing this free event for the public. And the town is getting behind it all. They're backing it. And I'm so happy about that. They're excited. And you got to check it out. It's June 6th, 2026. So be here. It's going to be worth it. And let me find it. I don't have it there. Where is it? Right here. Boom. Oh, wrong one. That's the background here. Boom. Spiritual So Simple is a sponsor of the podcast. Let me tell you, Sydney Stewart, sweet young lady. She is internationally recognized medium psychic. She is awesome. If you contact her, you get a $5 off if you use the code Bill Sent Me. And I tell you what, she's spot on. She really is. And the Shenango River, Dave. Blue Tracker, my man. Yeah. Oh, Sparky, look out.
Uh-oh.
BJ LaPure is out there. But her beautiful mom's with her, too. So that's okay.
There we go.
I
don't know. Is Danny out there? I can't see who's on the screen or not.
No, Danny's not here.
Must have scared him away.
I don't think he got on. But Blue Tracker, how are you feeling, brother? And BJ, Val says hi. Don't be mean and don't answer. Bell just said it too.
Hey, Bill, I got an idea for your Bigfoot on the River for entertainment.
No.
Me and you, they could pay to watch me and you, so if I can outdrink you with Mountain Dew versus you with Dr. Pepper, who could drink the most?
You'd lose.
I don't know. Sounds like a bet to me. Sounds like a challenge.
You'd lose.
I don't know about that, buddy. I remember I got a lot bigger storage tank than you do.
All right. What am I going to get if I win?
I don't know, because you're not going to win. So what am I going to get when I win?
You ain't getting shit, buddy, because I'm winning.
How about if you win, I'll get you It's Not a Bear t-shirt.
I'm going to smack you. I'm going to smack you. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to get you one of those.
No, I'll get one when I get down there. I got all kinds of shit going on with that. Starting a new job Monday, and so
what?
Yeah, I'm starting a new job on Monday. I'm quitting the nursing home in Franklin. I'm moving to a different place.
Closer home?
About the same distance in Meadville. There ain't no place around here that's hiring full-time certified occupational therapy assistants.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least this place, they're talking about eventually opening up a place at Hermitage. So hopefully I can get in, establish myself. And when they open up a place at Hermitage, I can hopefully get in there.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And Blue Tracker, I'm thankful you are getting better. PT care until August. All right. I'm really glad. I've been thinking a lot about you, brother. Kirk, good to see you. But yeah, So we're still going to see your winter runs on going to work,
Yeah, oh yeah.
complaining about the highways.
Just Interstate 80.
Yeah, that's
Trust me,
scary.
I've been driving Interstate 79 this last week, and the difference in traffic and the way people drive is it's night and day. 79 people drive normal. You go to a work zone, you go through the work zone. Interstate 80, everyone fights to get there, and then you sit there for 3 hours at a half-mile long work zone area.
Yep.
So,
Yep. It's true. That at least you got a good vehicle now.
knock on wood. Why do you guys jinx me like that?
Because I'm looking for a good one now too.
Good luck. It's hard to find them out there.
I know. And my wife wants me to get another van or a pickup truck. And I says, well, if I get a van, I want a small SUV or SUV, SVU.
SUV, sports utility vehicle.
No, SVU, Special Victims Unit, because I'm a victim wherever I go. I couldn't resist.
That was good.
Or a minivan.
Oh, they make 4-wheel drive vans and minivans.
Yeah. That all-wheel drive, not 4-wheel drive.
Well, all-wheel drive and minivans, they do make 4-wheel drive and full-size vans.
Yeah. No, those are expensive.
You got the big bucks.
I'm retired, buddy. I don't have big bucks.
You mean you're not getting all that money? I'm not going to get political. I'll just let it slide.
I haven't got that bonus check yet.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Me too.
I start laughing when people start saying, yeah, we're getting a bonus check. Yeah, if I get it, I'm going to buy new equipment.
Yeah, the only bonus I'm getting from the government or anyone else is bend over and spread them.
Yep. Now, we are going to get a little political.
Uh-oh.
What happened up in Minnesota?
Oh, that's just...
All right, I'm going to say my piece on this.
Okay.
I don't give a damn what party you're affiliated with. You do not have the right to take a person's life because you don't agree with what they're doing.
Right. 100% agree.
I'm sending out prayers yet to the families up there.
Well, don't forget there was 4 other families' houses he stopped at before theirs, and they were lucky not to be home.
Yes.
So it's just the level of insanity that's going on right now is unbelievable, where people think it's acceptable to shoot someone because they have a different opinion than you do.
Yes.
That's just insane.
I'm sorry that I can't stand for that. And yes, there's times I get very political and I run my mouth and I cause hatred sometimes because of it. But it's no reason for me to shoot you because I don't agree with you. That this country is made for different opinions.
Exactly.
And there's too much hatred out there. And that people wonder why I like Bigfoot better.
Right. Tell everyone, if I ever hit the Powerball, you'll know because you won't be able to find me. I'll be out in the woods somewhere where you need a helicopter to get in.
And you're going to walk in.
Probably. And knowing you, you'd be right there beside me.
Yeah. Because, damn well I would be.
Oh, yeah.
And, with all honesty, with your research and your mentality about different things, not just the researching, all coincide together with you. And I do respect you for that.
Well, thank you, because I respect you and everything that you've been doing. Because I will admit, when I first heard that you were, into this whole Bigfoot thing, and we're setting up the paranormal conference, and I really hadn't met you yet. I had suspicions. I was wondering what kind of guy you really were until I got to meet you and hang out with you for a while. And then it's like, yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
And some days. Some days. No, I try to be pretty straight up and very honest about the research and everything, and where we gotta be. We can't just BS. Some jackass, and I'm not going to mention his name out here, but I will tell you in person, Spark. Asked my wife, did he really just see a Bigfoot, or he just do that for popularity? Excuse me? I'm not here to get popular. I'm here to find out what the hell it is.
Right.
And when I see that person, I might knock him on his ass.
He would deserve it.
Yeah, and I try to be nice, but something like that. And my wife says, he saw one, shut your face. So, she goes, why would he lie about that?
Yeah, because most of the people you say you've seen a Bigfoot, they think you're crazy. They think you're nuts, or there's something wrong with you. So, I mean, why would you lie about saying that you saw a Bigfoot and then everyone's going to think that you're crazy or you're goofy or whatever anyways?
Lately, I found out, and I don't know if you noticed, but people are actually, they see my decals on my truck. They see my banner on my shed. And a couple of the guys doing the blacktopping on the road here say, have you seen one? Yeah, I have. Oh, wow, let's hear your story. And it's, did you really see one? Yes, and they want to hear.
Right.
Bigfoot has become more mainstream in the popularity.
Yeah, compared to what it used to be like.
Yeah, you still got the people that don't believe. That's fine. But I ain't gonna lie about it. Yeah, I saw one. Do I want to see another one? Hell yeah, but not at 15 feet.
Well, see, that's where I tell people when they ask me about it. I said there's two different types of people that see a Bigfoot. There's one that's like you and I, that you see it and you want to go out and experience it again and try and get better pictures for yourself, not for anybody else. And then there's the people that see it and then they can't rationalize it and they come up with these far-fetched stories, or they just will never go back in the woods again.
Dion needs you for the hot monitor.
All right. Tell her 5 minutes. That needs a heart monitor. Something's going on with it. She just got that today. Hate to do this, but we're going to have to cut it short. If it's messing up, we got to find out why.
Exactly. Like I told you, family is first.
Yeah. I want to thank you, Spark. We'll do this again soon.
I would love it. And then hopefully I'll figure out what I did wrong so we don't have that big delay at the beginning.
Yeah. Folks, my wife got a heart monitor. She got to wear it for 2 weeks. And something's going on with it. So I got to go down and check out what's going on. It could be sending off a signal, or she might have had some palpitations. I don't know. So we got to check it out. We will talk to you all later. Sparky, I'll give you a call here after bed.
All right. Peace out. I hope everything's all right with you in bed.
Take care, all. Have a great night.
See y'all. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for tuning in to the Agents of the Unexplained. please visit our website at agentsoftheunexplained.net for unique paranormal merchandise like t-shirts, books, and coffee mugs. Join our Facebook group and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more thrilling content. Until next time, keep questioning the unexplainable.